Have you ever noticed something strange? The moment you truly change how you see yourself, your life begins to change with it. New opportunities appear, different people start showing up, old situations slowly fade away, almost like reality is reorganizing itself around you. And most people think that's coincidence, but it isn't. There's a reason it happens. And once you understand it, you start seeing it everywhere. Welcome to Vortex Tribe, where we journey into the heart of consciousness, energy, and universal truths. Most people try to change their life by changing their actions. They work harder, they try new habits, they push themselves to do more. But actions sit on top of something deeper: your identity. Identity is the quiet story you carry about who you are. I'm someone who struggles with money. I'm someone who always gets overlooked. I'm someone who never quite succeeds. And even if you never say these things out loud, your mind is listening, because identity becomes your internal blueprint. It quietly guides what you attempt, what you tolerate, and what you believe is possible. Imagine someone who secretly believes they are not worthy of success. Opportunity can appear right in front of them, and they will hesitate. They might delay. They might doubt themselves. They might walk away from the very thing they say they want. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because their identity says, that's not who I am. You see, your identity becomes a ceiling, and life rarely rises far above the ceiling you believe in. But something powerful happens in the moment identity shifts. When someone stops saying, I'm trying to become confident, and begins thinking, I am someone who handles challenges, everything changes. Their posture changes, their tone changes, their standards change, and suddenly they start making decisions the old version of them would never have made. Small changes that compound and become powerful ones. And those small decisions begin shaping a completely different future. Your identity influences three things constantly: what you notice, what you believe is possible, what actions you take. And when those three change, your environment begins responding differently. You speak differently, you show up differently, you move toward opportunities you once ignored, and people respond to the version of you that appears in front of them. In other words, your identity quietly reshapes your reality. At first, the shift is invisible. You begin saying no to things that drain you. You begin saying yes to things that once felt uncomfortable. You begin raising your standards. You begin trusting yourself more. The outside world might not notice immediately, but internally, everything has changed. And once identity changes, life begins reorganizing itself around it. Your future is not shaped by your circumstances alone. It is shaped by who you believe you are inside those circumstances. Two people can stand in the exact same place. One sees limitation, the other sees possibility. Same environment, different identity. As an example, imagine two people starting the exact same job, same office, same boss, same opportunities. One person quietly believes, I'm lucky just to be here. I probably won't go very far. So they stay quiet in meetings. They avoid sharing ideas. They hesitate when responsibility appears. The other person believes, I'm someone who learns quickly and grows. So they ask questions. They offer ideas. They volunteer for challenges. Months pass. One person feels stuck. The other begins getting noticed. Same environment, same starting point, but their identity changed the way they moved through it. And the way they moved through it changed what life gave back to them. Imagine waking up tomorrow with one quiet decision: to see yourself differently, to see yourself as someone who learns quickly, someone who adapts, someone who can create a meaningful life, not pretending, not forcing, just allowing a new story about yourself to begin. And once that story changes, the direction of your life begins changing with it. Your identity is not fixed. It is not permanent. It is something you are shaping every day through the thoughts you repeat, the beliefs you hold, and the choices you make. And once the story inside you changes, the world outside you begins to change. So the real question is not, what will happen to my life? The real question is, who are you becoming? Subscribe for more educational content that helps to raise our collective consciousness. Until next time.